Hey guys, what's going on? It's DaleyGaming here, and I am back with some more Metaphor Assault Squad 2, the Star Wars mod. Now, today we have Nova Troopers here, which are easily some of my favorite Stormtrooper variants. I mean, look at them. They just look so badass in their like gold and black uniform. Pretty elite troops as well. So these guys are actually attacking a hidden rebel headquarters here, which is actually they decorated it as an old imperial uh, sort of military base, and perhaps it actually was, but they kept the decorations up like this, and like this big statue of some type of a Sith or some sort like that, just to sort of keep it like on the DL. People wouldn't go and approach it because it was, decorated in such a way, had so many Imperial objects, things like that. But secretly, it was long abandoned by the Imperials, and the rebels took it over, and they set up shop. Now, the Imperials found out about this when they attempted to go back to recover some data, and they realized, holy crap, there's a whole bunch of rebels here. So they're actually going to attack it, and the rebels have set up a nice on-world defense. The Imperials have three ATSTs here, which are going to be a pain in the ass to kill. There's also Nova Troopers, which are tough, very tough. There's a lot of them. But basically, if the rebels manage to kill them, they're going to be able to make it back to their ship and hightail it out of here. Now, for the rebel defense, it's actually fairly strong. We can see they have a lot of rocket launchers, which should help with the ATSTs. They've got a couple of these turrets, which are perfect for taking out masses of infantry. And then they've actually got this ridge up here, which is heavily fortified. There's some turrets back here too. And those should be able to shoot down onto the Nova Troopers, who are going to be basically out in the open. They've got a little bit of tree cover. There's a couple of rocks and stuff, but for a little while they're going to be caught in a bit of an ambush. As long as they manage to take these guys out, then they can really start to attack the main compound here, which is just full to the brim with the rebels. The rebels may get onto some of these bark speeders to actually move forward and engage the enemy. Okay, guys, well, why don't we go ahead and get right into it. Let's go into slow mode just for the beginning of the battle. Let's get a nice zoom in on some of these Nova Troopers for the beginning, and we'll go ahead and press start. And there we go. There's some action immediately starting. Looks like Nova Troopers have caught into the fray, and looks like the ATSTs are firing up here. One of the ATSTs already blown sky high. Must have been bombarded by some serious amounts of rockets, but the ATSTs back there are just hugely bombarding with a lot of lasers the men up here, and we've seen quite a few of them go down actually. Down here, Nova Troopers are going down a little bit, but oh, especially back here where the explosion was, they took a beating. But other than that, they're actually doing pretty well. These guys farther back here seem to actually be able to, um, get some killing done and survive a little bit. ATSTs are marching forward, though. This one is falling over, actually killing a couple Nova Troopers on its way down. That'll explode soon enough. That's the problem with these ATSTs, is they're completely impractical. They're more of a shock factor and scare factor thing, but when it comes to actual combat, they're not super helpful. Looks like we got a rocket launching over there, and it's actually, turrets are flying now. Men are just getting butchered by this ATST here. Alright, let's go into normal speed now. Alright, and looks like, oh yeah, I did accidentally put a, oh no, that's one of the ATST driver pilots. This one back here actually exploded, and some of the drivers are actually out fighting alongside the Nova Troopers. A whole bunch of Nova Troopers have gone down, sort of sporadically all about. Not a ton remaining over here, although there are some hugging these rock walls. It looks like the ATST is going in very, very deep. Let's go ahead and send some rebels out on some speeders to attempt to disrupt and take out the ATST, as it is coming into the base now. It serves as a good distraction. Oh, and it gets actually chopped down by some rockets. Let's try and get these bark speeders out there, though. They are having some trouble, though. Come on, guys. Vamonos. Let's go. Oh, shit. Alright. These things are rickety as hell. Can you not run those things? Okay. Shit. Alright, okay. Bark speeders did not work out. In fact, they died. And the Nova Troopers are continuing to march forward here. And, it's not looking too good for the rebels as these men parade forward. the pilots look a little derpy, but Nova Troopers look absolutely epic. This man is running forward. Looks like he's got a grenade. He puts it away, though. Decides better not. Are there any rebels left alive up here? No, all of these guys are dead. I just wanted to check that out. So it's really just a ground battle now. ATSTs are down. It's just up to the Nova Troopers. All rebel turrets are down. And I don't think they're going to use these last 3 bark speeders. I don't think they want to risk it, seeing as what happened last time. But it does look like they're putting up a pretty valiant defense. All the bazooka men are kind of worthless now because they've obviously got nothing to use their bazookas on, and I don't think they'll end up using them against infantry. So they've just got their pistols out and they're firing. Looks like we actually have a radio op right here, which is kind of cool to see. A lot of borrowed Imperial weapons we see here. Those are some Rebel AT-280s, I think. But not AT-280s, A-280s, I think. But that was an E-11 we just saw there, probably stolen from the remnants of the Imperial camp. A couple of rebels actually getting blasted there, but they are back up, and the Imperials are still pushing forward. They're slowly going at it. Not too shabby, not too shabby. A couple of them are healing here, actually, or attempting to, as they get chopped down just right in here. It's a tough choke point. These guys actually taking advantage of a nice little slit here that they can cover behind. Only 1 or 2 guys left alive over here. Actually, just 1 it looks like. And he has gone down. These guys on the side have gone down. It looks like the rebels are really spreading thin as we just watch another comrade get chopped to bits. I wonder if they're going to be able to hold out. The Imperials do have a bit of a choke point here that they're having some trouble with, but overall the rebels have significantly less men. So I'd be curious to see, actually, if the Imperials manage to do this. Or the rebels do. Either way, it'd be a miracle. Because, I mean, this choke point's pretty brutal, but also they have just so many more people. It could go either way, I think. I'm surprised that the Imperials are actually maintaining such good fire on the rebels. It's pretty impressive. These guys right here just sort of chilling. And these guys taking a beating, but at least they're returning fire, you know? If they weren't doing that, then I'd be worried. Then it would be a true choke point where just nothing was happening. But instead, the Imperials are managing to return fire and skirmish with the rebels a little bit. And these rebels back here are losing men, but they're doing okay for themselves. They're taking out some Imperials. They're managing to continue the fight, and that's all that really matters in a rebellion, you know? I love the destruction of the ATSTs. It just looks so cool, the way they explode and like they get all tangled in themselves. This one just took out so many Imperials. It's crazy. A lot of dead Nova Troopers over here. It's rough. It's tough going right now. I won't interfere though, because I know you guys don't like it when I do that. Unless these guys just end up sitting behind this wall the entire time and don't end up doing anything. As long as there's some firing going on, then I won't have to interfere. But it actually has gone quiet. We'll see if anyone makes a move anytime soon. Let's see, how many Nova Troopers do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, like 15, 16 more Nova Troopers. Not a lot. And we got 5, 9, 14, 18 rebels left. So not a lot of anyone left over. And these Nova Troopers are actually retreating. Oh, but one goes forward and stops these guys from their retreat. And they decide to return to the battlefield. Maybe there was more Nova Troopers that I just didn't see. Because that looks like more. 5, 10. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. 20 max, I would say. Actually, yeah, I think there are some more that I didn't count. Maybe they were in the bushes here or something like that. Alright, no one is doing anything. And they are retreating again. So we'll just go ahead and push them forward. Perhaps the Imperials would actually attempt a flank here and go around to where the ATST was downed, so we'll do that. Meanwhile, action is starting up in the main little sector here. Nova Troopers going down, but they also managed to get a grenade off on the rebels here. looks like that might have killed one, or that was a stray gunshot. Not totally sure. Let's see how the Nova Troopers are doing over here. Their flank is doing okay. 2 of their 5 men are down, but it's at least causing a disruption for the main force over here to get some stuff done. Although they're not super utilizing the cover here. Rebels going down still pretty heartily. 3 Nova Troopers left over here. 3 rebels here. No rebels left over here. 3 over here. So the rebels could potentially still do this if they manage to really hold their defensive position. Look at these guys, like, commandoing it forward. Looks so badass. It's really cool. Are they retreating again? Seriously? No, you guys can't retreat. Stop it. Alright, I think they just need to enter. I think that's what we need. Well, these guys are actually kind of investigating around, looking at their dead. Oof! Couple of Nova Troopers going down over here. What's going on over here? Their investigations did not go well. 2 of them have gone down. 1's left alive. These guys over here are caught in the exact same freaking thing they were caught in before. Except this rebel is getting absolutely sniped by some E11 blasters. Are all these guys dead? Yeah. Little incursion over here ended up dying out. Alright, should we try out one of these bark speeders again? I think so. I think we got it. This brave rebel pilot. No! Shit! They're so hard to use. Alright, let's get these guys against this wall here. Oh god. Alright, come on. We need to push in. Nova Troopers is their last stand here. They're pushing all the way in. They're deciding to do it. They killed that guy over there. They're gonna push in further. Ooh, actually blowing up some bark speeders over there, guys. A little vandalism. Like it. And these guys are running forward now over here too. And they see the rebels. They toss grenades. They're shooting them, and they're down. All right, so the Nova Troopers barely managed to actually take this facility. They took a good deal of losses. So yellow are the rebels here, and red are the Nova Troopers. Let's see. So just a slew of dead out here. This was really tough. Especially the ATSTs ended up taking a lot of losses. These guys on the ridge did a hell of a job defending, although they did inevitably all go down. But it did allow for the Nova Troopers, the ATSTs allowed for them to push in into the actual base itself, and they managed to take it, but just barely. They had maybe 1 squad left, but they managed to take out all the rebels defending it in a pretty bloody effort, though. They lost a lot of men. Nova Troopers lost by far tons more men than the rebels did, including 3 ATSTs, while the rebels only lost a couple bark speeders. But they did lose an entire base, so that's pretty tough, and probably some key information in here. But that might have been deleted before the battle started. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Comment, rate, and subscribe if you did. Tell me what kind of battle you want to see next. Also, check out the link in the description to my Discord and my TeamSpeak, and no, not TeamSpeak, Twitter, things like that. Alright, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.